first?
Play with more force. Didn't give up as many straight line drives as we did in the first half.
What was the key to limiting those straight line drives?
Play with more force.
How good does it feel? You had that big block on KD. I know you guys are like friends outside of this, but how does that feel? Kind of getting that big block on him. I think it was the second quarter, I believe.
I think that block put me in second all time in the Warriors block list, so that's cool.
Do you think about that during the game?
Hell no. I didn't know till somebody sent it to me. I saw it after the game, but no.
How would you evaluate the matchup? You were guarding Kevin for much of the night, and I don't have it in front of me, but I think he did not shoot very well.
Yeah, they beat us. He did what he needed to do to win the game. So, yeah, this game wasn't really billed as me versus Kevin. It's the Warriors versus the Suns. They won.
What can you take away from that closing stretch when you guys were able to make that push?
Nothing. Nothing at all. We proved ourselves what we knew before if something needed to be proved. But nothing.
Dre, you mind speaking about what was said maybe in the locker room? I know it can't be easy after like the losing streak like this type of thing.
Not much. Just challenge guys to play with force that we know it takes to win basketball games at this level. When you're in a bit of a rut, it's never going to be easy to win. So you got to come with the necessary force that it takes to win or stay in the rut.
What's been keeping you guys from playing with force?
No. Got to figure it out, though.
What do you feel like was the issue?
18 threes on 50%.
Yeah. How much of that did you feel like was breakdowns? How much of that is just Phoenix got hot?
Say a lot of them in the first half were breakdowns. A lot of times we were fine initially, but our rotations weren't like where they were supposed to be, meaning the right guy didn't rotate to the right person. So, they made us pay with that. And time someone shoots 50% and they make 18, you're probably going to lose.
How does you feel like this 4-game losing streak's kind of landing locker room wise? You're still 12-7, but 4 straight losses.
I think we're fine. I think it was the same when we were 12-3. Nothing's changed. Everybody believes in each other. Coach believes in everybody. Played everybody tonight that was suited up, I think. So the vibes are good. It's definitely better than last year, I would say. But we're not, not going to trip about it. We're just going to try to get better.
Just in general, how unique of an experience has it been being a part of a 12, 13-man rotation this season?
It's fun. Anybody's night at any given point, it could be someone else's night. It's cool to see, last game, Pat come in, make an impact on a two-way deal, and see the spark he gave us. And so you just get to see those experiences kind of play out, and then, could be somebody else's night every night, which is the cool thing about it.
You got a few stops defensively against Durant. Is that a matchup that you were looking forward to heading?
Oh, yeah. Matching up with him, Book, all guys I played against Team USA this summer. Just wanted to kind of lock in on those guys, try to get a stop every time. I think I did for the most part. But just trying to take that challenge one-on-one. When we play these guys, Steve knows that he can put me out there when they're just trying to go iso ball. And so I felt like I did a good job tonight.
He mentioned putting you in the starting lineup because he kind of wanted to get you in a more secondary playmaking role. First of all, how'd you feel like back in that unit?
It felt good. Starting to come off the bench, just trying to be aggressive and assertive. And I think I started the game out, quick 8 points, and just wanted to be aggressive and assertive, and I think it helped. But yeah, I feel fine. Whatever role I'm in, you got to feel fine. You don't have a choice.
Cool. Something that both Draymond and Steve said was, they want the team to play with more force. Do you agree with that, and how do you get the team to play with more force?
Definitely. No, that's something that all year we talked about was being our identity was playing fast, being scrappy, being physical, playing with pace. And we're really good when we do that. You got to find a way to do that for a whole game. We have moments and spurts, but when we're at our best, we're doing it for the whole game. And so it just starts with our defense. When we're able to get stops and we're able to push the ball, get in transition, that's kind of sets the tone for our identity. And I think today they got it going early. We was kind of on our heels instead of having them on their heels.
What were some of the challenges that come with covering their spread offense?
They put a lot of pressure on us in there with their pick and roll with KD and Book coming off. They draw a lot of attention. They was able to get in the pocket, and their bigs was making the right plays, and they was hitting their shooters, and they kind of had us in scramble the whole first half. When we was able to make a run, we was able to have them on their heels and determine our rotations, and we did a better job in the second half. But we got to do that the whole game. You
started the second half. At halftime, what was the message to you individually and to the team?
Steve just said we played a lot of people, and he was trying to find it. He wanted some group that would go out there and play with a lot of force, play with energy. I think everybody that got in the second half did that. My thing was just to go out there and just play hard and do what I do. Try to make plays, get our shooters open, try to create some extra possession with offensive rebounds, and that's what I try to do.
You've made a career out of being, always being ready regardless of, how you're being played or how many minutes.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a whole, bench right now that kind of doesn't know its roles and everything like that, I mean, obviously this is going to be a conversation when you're struggling more than early in the year. It was about how deep you are, but, how difficult is it for all these guys off the bench to stay ready in a sense?
It can get difficult at times to find a rhythm and kind of not knowing what to expect from game to game. But I think the guys are doing a good job of just staying ready. Everybody knows that they're going to get in at some point. And I've been in the past where I didn't think I was getting in and I just got thrown out there. But I think this group, we know that he's going to play all of us at some point. You just got to be ready at that time in a game to make bring a spark and bring energy and make plays. And I think for the most part, we've been doing a good job of that. You just know when we're losing, you're trying to find a reason why we lost and get a little frustrated. But I think the group is staying positive, and I think everybody is taking advantage of their opportunities.
Do you sense that it might be more difficult to keep things positive when things aren't going as well on the court, just in terms of the rotation and people not playing the kind of minutes that they want to?
Definitely. That's just human nature. I don't think it's just about the minutes. It's everything. It starts you start questioning everything while we're losing. You got to look at yourself. You're looking at the team overall. But I think that, like I said, I think guys are staying positive. We've been in most of these games. We feel like we should have won most of these games. And I think it's just a small thing in the details that we got to clean up. And I don't think it's just the rotation. So, of course, everybody wants to play more and they feel like they could have made an impact. But, like I said, everybody got a chance to get out there. And we all had a chance to change the game. And we all didn't do that. So we got to look at it as look at it ourselves first.
What details do you think could be tightened up a little bit?
Like I said, we haven't our attention to detail on the defensive end for the whole game is something that we gotta lock in on. I think first half we got to kind of let them dictate how we was going to play, and I think the defense we weren't able to get in transition and really establish our identity. I think the second half we did a little bit better job of that. It wasn't perfect, but I think we still play with our identity. We was scrappy. We played with more force, and we got to do that from the jump and put together two halves.
How are your knees feeling?
It felt good tonight. It was a rough start. I had to play better in the first half, get myself going. Just kind of testing it out, seeing how they respond with the little break, but it was good all the way through. So when you miss a little bit when I was on one game, the juice has started flowing in the second half, and hopefully that carries over personally, but we got a lot to figure out as a team.
Is what you're dealing with physically different than in past years? I mean, are you?
Has the potential to be like a nagging type thing if you don't take care of it. And thankfully, Rick has been great trying to give me a protocol to kind of stick with on a day-to-day, and knowing that's something I can get ahead of and not, chase throughout the year, which is the plan. So I'm not worried about it, not concerned about it at all. It's just the deeper you get into your career, the more things pop up, and you just got to, figure it out.
Is that maybe why your minutes, I think, are like 29 per game round? Number one, are you okay with that? And is that where they need to be?
What game, what is it?
Oh,
19, I think.
Might be. It's not a new record. The first 2 weeks was weird. Since we were a couple blowouts and missed the fourth quarters. There were a couple games where some extended breaks that you understand it's a long season. Every player wants to play more minutes, including myself. I think I can. I know I can, but you try to figure out a way to take advantage of the minutes that you're out there. And our rotations are a little different this year. We have so many guys. And when you're winning, it's fun. When you're not, questions pop up. That's how the league goes. We have to respond as a team. It's not just about how many minutes I'm playing. It's how do we get everybody in unison on what we're trying to do out there, no matter what the combinations are. So if that means playing more minutes, then you do it.
The first topic on kind of the maintenance with the knees. I mean, do you think you'll have to, spot rest more games this season?
Not sure. Honestly, I was happy to get through this one playing 30 and not feeling it go the other way, feeling like I was pretty strong. I got stronger as the game went on, and they responded well. Whether that's a back-to-back here or there or whatever, we'll decide that as we go through. But I'm just trying to control how I feel and know that it's not a forced decision. It's like a smart decision, if that makes sense. That's all I'm trying to make possible.
Is one knee worse than the other? You had tape on one and sleep on the other?
I've had that for a while. That's different. That's different. They were both the same.
Gotcha.
Being a professional in this league, it's always difficult to predict what's going to happen. We have a very unique circumstance with this team just because we've come in with the strength and numbers philosophy, and you want it to work and you want it to prove itself correct. We're on a 4-game losing streak, so you have to make adjustments, whatever that means, and everybody has to be ready for what they're asked to do. And if you're not playing, you have to stay sharp. It's hard as hell. No two ways around it. Mo played 2 minutes and then Kyle played 7. Like 3 games ago, Mo had the Brooklyn game, he had a stretch in the first half where he had 15 and played 4 minutes a second. It's just hard for everybody. So coach's job is to, again, make those tough decisions. It's our job to help him. If you're not playing, don't pout, don't bring the locker room down. It doesn't help anybody, including yourself. And hopefully we turn the ship around and everybody's happy again.
Do you think the rotation needs to shorten? It was 13 tonight in the first 14 minutes or something.
The only thing I'll say is it is hard for anybody to know or try to get a rhythm and know, what you're going to be asked to do. Within the first quarter, the second quarter, we should play 13 guys. That's tough. We are a unique team. It's a unique situation. I don't think that's been done in the league probably ever, but it is an 82-game schedule, and you got to figure out what adjustments need to make. To your question, do we need to shorten it? We probably need to be a little bit more predictable on a night-to-night basis so guys can get a little bit of a rhythm. Does that shorten it 1 or 2 guys? Maybe, but the first unit, we didn't start off well tonight, so that was a little bit on us. Try to claw our way back, into the first, and then we hit a little low. And whether that's rotations, whether that's lack of execution, whether that's guys just not being in rhythm, whatever it is, we got to adjust.